small brewery next to the side door.
Welcome to the Tokyo Aleworks. This is an Itabashi. And wow, that's a beautiful pour. Oh, that looks great. That is a craft beer. Thank you. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Japan's booming craft beer industry with my friend here, Andrew Tang. He's a craft beer enthusiast. What is the name of your brand?
Taihei Yogan.
That's a website all about craft beer in Tokyo, all over the country. There's a lot about this. In fact, over the last, I would say 5 years or so, craft beer places have been booming all over the city. I like to go to them, but I'm always finding something really unique like this beer here. What is this?
This is a Kelch, a German hybrid lager, and made beautifully.
Made beautifully, it is. It looks really clear. Now, this tap room is in Itabashi.
Yes.
Itabashi. I came here on the Mita line, which is about a 5-minute walk from Shin Itabashi Station. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of other stations here. How long?
Saikyo line.
The Saikyo line
from Ikebukuro,
from
one stop.
Ikebukuro. It's kind of convenient. I've noticed it's pretty trendy area too. There's a lot of new cafes and restaurants around the station area. So it's pretty neat to see a tap room here. Not quite in Ikebukuro, but they have 22 taps on the wall here. All of them have different kinds of beer in it. It's just overwhelming because 20 years ago, oh, you even have the menu here. Look at that. There's all the taps here. 20 years ago when I came to Japan, we only had 4 kinds of beer. We had Asahi, Kirin, Sapporo, and Suntory malts. 4. And now on this menu, there's 22 right now. Yeah, that's crazy, including guest beers. And that's just here. And there'll be other places where you're going to find a lot more beers. How many craft beers are there in Japan, enthusiast Andrew?
Craft beers or craft beer breweries?
Let's just go with craft beer.
Beer, thousands upon thousands.
Thousands
upon
here in
thousands.
Japan.
Yes.
And craft beer breweries.
Hundreds. 300-ish, maybe?
300s. Whoa. And when did this boom start?
Oh, there's been maybe 2 booms.
2 booms.
I want to drink that too.
we're gonna share this, but we're gonna have another one afterwards. All right, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
So the first boom, we were talking about it earlier, maybe around the 1990s. So just a quick intro for Japanese beer laws. Basically, they follow the German purity laws, which means that you have basic 4 ingredients, plus some other things in Japan which they give exceptions to. Next up, in the 1990s, they changed the law, so they allowed the breweries to make, instead of 60,000 liters, 6,000 in 1 year. So 60,000 is pretty hard.
That seems like a lot of beer.
Yeah. So, and 6,000 is relatively manageable for a company. And then that created the first round of breweries, craft breweries.
That's manageable for a startup to start to make.
Yes. Well, kind of.
That's interesting because I think we were discussing this a little bit before. In the United States, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because Japan is always kind of different than the United States and
yes.
a lot of things. Cap. There's a cap in the U.S.
But this is all about the tax man.
Right. Beer is all about the taxes, and even the big breweries find ways to get out of paying more taxes by changing the ingredients from hops to like chickpeas to like other things.
I wouldn't put chickpeas in there.
Chickpeas, but they find shortcuts, and that makes the beers kind of interesting. They kind of don't taste as good as normal beer, but it's cheaper, and it's about the price, right? For the mainstream market. Yeah. The mainstream market.
Well, price is still a bit high overall. It's still cheaper in the States. Back home, and for me in Canada as well, it's cheaper to buy craft there. But the beers are getting better.
They are.
And I'd say the latest boom was maybe in the last 5 years. So everything has gotten a lot. There's just a huge number of breweries. Maybe another 100 or 200. Oh, and maybe 100 new breweries in the last year or 3 years. I haven't even been drinking. Let me drink.
That's really good. I had to. Wait, we're just gonna share this one. So this is a Kelch, and it's from a German recipe.
Yep, German style. Lager hybrid.
We're gonna go back in this live stream. We're gonna give you a chance to take a look at where they make the beer here. It's all made here on site.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And
you can make beer here too.
I can make beer.
Yes. you can make beer here. Let's go take a look.
That's pretty cool. All right, let's go take a look.
And I'm gonna
Can
bring
we-
the beer.
Can we bring the beer?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Watch your step.
What's that? That's the Tencho. Tencho. That's a store boss. We'll be back, Tencho. We'll be back.
Okay.
We'll be back. All right, let's go inside here. We might lose the signal because the Wi-Fi does not work all the way in here. But if we do, we will go on to 4G.
So be careful.
Yeah.
This is a real live brewery.
Okay.
So watch your step. It's a bit wet.
Yeah.
This is where they do a lot of the small batch brews. So this is our small batch brewery here.
Right.
So I brewed on, not on this system, but I brewed here once before. We did a collab beer with Lakefront in Texas. Lakewood, sorry. And this is a 1 BBO, right?
Okay.
And this is what you would, no, not necessarily you, but you can brew on that one.
Yeah.
And then it goes into these tanks right here.
Wow.
And you got a beautiful beer that they help you create a recipe and everything else. The small little ones is even smaller.
Okay.
I think. What,
So these are
20 liters?
very small batches here.
Yep.
If you.
These are 20-liter batches done for customers who come in and make their own. They pay money. They get 48 bottles. They go through the whole process of brewing, learning how to do it,
Yeah.
and so on.
Wow. So you can come here to like learn how to make beer, process it, and you get 48 bottles out of these.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Reserve early because it's quite popular.
Uh-oh.
Right?
I'm reserving
popular.
today.
Time to put them on the end.
I'll be reserving today.
In about 5 minutes.
5 minutes to get your reservation in with when they start it.
Oh, wow. And these, how much beer does this make here?
How much are the big boys?
Big boys are usually about 100 liters.
100,
liters.
100 liters.
Divided
Okay.
by 330 mils per bottle.
Okay.
Plus oilage and other little things.
So how many bottles is that, Smarty Pants?
I don't know.
Yeah, how strong is that beer?
20 liters is about 300 bottles.
300 bottles. Why, I can't believe I can't do the math on that. Now it just seems, now that you've mentioned it, it seems
What's your
elementary. All right, yeah, I got it.
Let's go take a look.
It's
at
interesting. This is like a laboratory.
Yeah,
It's
it
like a
is.
laboratory.
It is basically a hybrid of lab work and baking.
Are these handcuffs?
And if you want handcuffs.
No, these are not handcuffs, no. Sorry.
Can't say.
Everyone's mind's in the gutter.
Yeah. Actually, mine's on the beer right now. Look at these. These are the, okay, yeah. So these are kegs of beer here.
Yeah.
Are they empty or full?
Yeah, it's empty.
Oh, these are empty, so that's what you would,
They're full, they're constantly refrigerated.
Yes.
oh, okay. All right, so if they're full, they'll be refrigerated, but they're not out here, so.
Yeah, you have to keep beer in the fridge for the whole time. Otherwise, it starts turning down.
That beer is not bad. Beer's in the other fridge right here.
Not this fridge,
No.
but this is the main brewery.
Welcome back. We're doing some signal refreshes. We're going in different rooms. Each one of these rooms is a little bit separate from the Wi-Fi that we have out here. The signal strength for the 4G inside this room isn't as strong, but we're now on to the 4G signal. These are a lot bigger, so these are going to be more the popular ones for the tap room, right?
They make all their tap room and they're all their beers here.
Okay.
Basically, the other side is more for people who want
No.
pay.
No.
Mostly.
No,
No?
the 1 barrel batches
One
are
barrel
what we
batch.
started out on. We still do 1 barrel batches for the tap room. It's strictly tap room only.
Mm.
These are sold outside as well as at the tap room. Since these are 850 liters, yield of about 750.
Okay.
So depending on the style,
Very interesting. And these are how many liter tanks?
850.
850. Wow. Divide that, multiply it by 3, and that's how many beers you got. So Andrew, what's that?
How many beers? How many pints?
Yeah.
800, so 700 liters.
If the yield's about 720, figure
Yeah.
a pint at 400 mils per pour, so 2.2. 1,400.
Someone out there on-
1,600-ish.
It's like
1,600
1,600 pints of beer.
Well,
Challenge, drinking a day.
Yeah.
how many people? One person or a group?
One person.
Wow. Wow. Wait, if you work here, you could just open up the tap,
No.
right, and just do
No.
pour. No one does that. Nobody does that. That would be bad.
Remember,
Nobody does
pressure.
that. Oh, yeah, so that would really jet or
That would
what?
kill you.
Explode.
But
Oh.
it's not just the pressure that's in there, but also
So-
the volume, the weight pushing
Yeah.
down. So
Oh, I see. So it's not as simple as just opening up and doing a Homer Simpson. You can't do that.
You don't want to
Right.
try that.
You don't want to try that, no. Would you try it? No, you wouldn't. Okay, what am I even asking?
This is the brew system.
Very cool. This looks really expensive. I have to be honest with you. Like, this is a massive investment to make a tap
Yeah.
room, I think.
It's expensive. I'm not gonna ask how much it cost.
I would. How much does it cost? Just a lot.
more money than you have.
More money than I have. I'm not poor. That's a lot of money. That sounds like a lot of money. But I think with the industry booming the way it is, I just see a lot of potential with opening up a tap room these days. Or do you think too late
Too late.
for people? Really? Because if you're saying that there's
For a brew pub, it's not too late. For production, you're pushing at the end of it.
yeah,
You've got to be really on your game, otherwise you're not going to last.
right.
Even now, there are some that I think they're closing up shop. Shops are actually closing now.
A couple of them are, yeah.
Yeah.
Every guy that I know, their dream is to open up to make a brewery, to make their own beer, right?
Yeah, but
It's like women want flower shops and be hairdressers. Guys want to brew beer. And seriously, like I would love
That's
to
a
have
stereotype.
An only in Japan beer. That'd be a lot of fun. You know, have my own flavor represented through beer, which brings people pleasure, right? It makes
it
people
is
drunk.
a lot harder than you think. And
Yeah.
the guy off screen, he brewed what, 80 some odd beers in 1 year, right?
Right.
And that's just getting started.
Wow.
So
We've
you
been
need
brewing since May 2018. We've already brewed 205 batches.
Here.
Okay.
So in a year and a half, year and 7-8 months, we've gone through a lot more than what most people would do.
Yeah. How many on the big boys?
Big system, I think we're on batch 12 or 13 now.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Getting there.
Yep.
How long does it take to make one batch from scratch?
From grain all the way to glass. 3 weeks, you can do it.
3 weeks is the process. Wow. Okay. So
So the
every
brewing takes a day.
Yep, 1 day brewing, 1 week fermentation.
Yeah.
5 to 7 days fermentation. From there, you're pulling out yeast. If you're dry hopping it, another 3, depending on what you do, 3 to 7 days of doing yeast.
Yeah.
Doing dry hopping. And after that, you're going to condition it, so you crash it down to your cold temperature. You start pulling out the dry hops, and you carbonate it and let it sit. Again, depending on style, usually about a week to 10 days to clear it, to make sure everything's falling out.
yeah.
And then you keg it up.
Interesting.
So average 3 to 4 weeks for a standard.
Depending on style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, like more British styles, you can kick out faster.
Mm.
You can get a ESB or an Irish Red or something like that done in 2.5 weeks.
Wow. It's very, very interesting.
So
And what do you do
already
with
bought
what do you do with the waste of it after you've cleaned it out? Can you recycle that stuff? Whatever's left over, make Vegemite?
You guys don't.
We're in central Tokyo, so it's hard to kind of find somebody to take the spent grain.
Right.
But if you're far out, like in Saitama or anywhere in the countryside, it's easier to find a farm to say, yeah, take the spent grain and go from there.
Yeah.
So right now, we just throw most of it away, unfortunately.
Yeah. There'll be I think just right now the sake industry finds a way to recycle everything. It's pretty amazing. My friend at Dasai, he's using the dasu, the leftover, to make cosmetics.
Yeah.
As well as he takes it and puts it in a chocolate, and he's selling every bit of
We
it.
use some of our spent grain into the burger buns as well as pretzels. So some of it is being recycled in food.
Burgers. Did you say burgers?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Ah.
They have some of the best burgers in Tokyo here. I'm not being shy about that.
Yeah. So I guess food and beer go together. Therefore, a tap room must have some pretty epic food.
Yes.
This one does.
That's good. It's very good. It's almost lunchtime. It is lunchtime.
It is
What do you
lunchtime.
mean? Yes. Excellent.
You're still on Europe time.
I'm still.
Europe time.
Yeah, I am actually still in Europe. I just got back from Austria.
He literally flew
I'm
in
from
one.
Germany. Got it. Yeah. Awesome. And this is the biggest tank of them all right here. That looks like
The hot liquor tank.
the hot liquor. So you can make glühwein there.
I just water.
Just water.
Heating water. I just came from the Christmas markets. I got glühwein on my mind. But this is really cool experience. I think that what they're doing here is really interesting. They're allowing people to come in here and make their own original brews. Like right here, these are 48-liter tanks, and you can rent these and I guess work together to make beer. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome. I like this. It's fun, and it gets the community involved. Do you guys have any questions on brew? We're going to be answering that. A lot of people are starting to come into the chat right now. Let's go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you want to show anybody, Andrew?
No.
In here? No.
We
All
saw
right.
everything.
I think we saw everything. Cool. Let's go back in. Are you brewing anything right now? Was there anything in there?
No.
No.
He wouldn't be talking to us if he was brewing.
I know. When you're brewing, it's total concentration. Total concentration. All right, we're gonna cut for a second and get back onto the Wi-Fi, so you might want to refresh. All right, we're live. We're back in the tap room here. Wow, so that was a pretty cool experience. Let's have a seat here. We're gonna try another drink, but I heard the food is pretty epic, and I'm hungry. How long does it take to get for the burger to come? Like 5 minutes? No.
How long? 10分ぐらい。
10分ぐらい? Hi. Wow. Really? Haggis burger? That's so awesome. What? Look at this. And bacon avocado burger? Oh, that's a classic. Look at that bacon. Wait a second. How thick is that bacon? Oh my gosh.
Bacon.
They look little towers.
They wrap it around like wrap it around.
Oh, okay. So that gives it some thickness. I like it. I like it a lot. The s'more cheeseburger looks delicious. Look at that. Yeah. So that's not chocolate, is it? When I think of s'more, I think of marshmallows.
I think that's a marshmallow on top.
Whoa! That is unique. And the crab house sand looks really good too. Look at that. Look at the cheese on there. Oh man, mushroom. That's not a mushroom. Tomato, onion, and some lettuce.
Patty, cheese, I think.
What are those like shells that you can eat?
Crab.
Crab shells?
Full crab.
Full crab. Whoa. All right, we're gonna get some of that. Shortcut C just wrote in here. Lunch is on him. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Very cool. So, whoa, there's more?
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Standard.
Wow, I came hungry here. And this is a normal barbecue sauce hamburger.
Yeah, regular hamburger, cheeseburger, egg cheese, sweet chili, sour cream. I think I had that one before.
And they come with fries, so prices seem pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beer pretzels. This is like Germany. I was just in Germany like 24 hours ago. This is crazy. It's Austria. Beer pretzel for 600 yen. Look, this looks pretty good. And you get a beer set, 100 yen off your beer
For lunch.
if you get food. Oh
Lunchtime
wait.
Specials.
Oh, so it's like a happy hour kind of a thing.
Yeah. Dinner time is a little. They have a different menu.
Whoa.
Yeah, these really awesome buffalo wings. They spray on a little whiskey.
Happy hour
on
あ
it.
りますか? Happy hour. ないの? Oh, it's not so happy. But they've got 22 beers on tap, so that's pretty happy. That's pretty happy stuff here. We're gonna take your questions about beer in Japan and brewing beer, and Andrew here knows everything. I've known Andrew for like what, 12, 13,
14?
14 years.
14 years now?
14 years. Yeah, we used to teach English together at a place called GABA. Don't say the name 3 times, or the president of the company comes here and he slaps handcuffs on you and drags you back to the school. So never say that.
I'll say it.
No.
GABA.
Sour memories from teaching English. It was a fun job while it lasted. But the beer's really good. So let's order some burgers. Are you hungry?
I'm hungry.
Okay.
What do you want? You choose yours, and I'll grab.
I don't know. What do you think? Haggis burger? It sounds interesting. Is that made with real stomach?
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Haggis burger. That's it. Haggis burger. I like haggis. Andrew's really deep thought. You've been here before, so you know.
So I want to try
Have
something
you-
different.
Really? I think you've already made up your mind. You're just doing this for the camera. Really?
Nah.
Really?
Sweet chili sour cream burger.
Sweet chili sour cream.
Sweet chili sauce. I think it's Thai chili sauce.
Whoa. I picked the one with the picture. Haggis. I like haggis. I like burger. You put them together, get haggis burger. That'll go good with beer. I think that's gonna be really great. This is gonna be an awesome lunch. Thank you guys so much. We got. This live stream is gonna go on for about another 45 minutes. We've taken already a look into where they make the beer here. This is a tap room. They make their own beer, but they also allow people, and you can reserve online, to brew their own beer here. It takes 3 weeks to brew in one of the small tanks, which is about 48 liters, or sorry, about 48 beers. So that's a pretty unique experience. Maybe I'll be back in to do that because that sounds like a lot of fun. If you want to see this burger and you want to see us order, click the like button right now. Let's see if we can get the 250 likes. I know that you do because you're watching this. So give us some likes and we will take a look at this menu and start to order another beer. While you're liking, come on, it's just, part of the community ritual that we have here. If you like, we do, it's up to you now. There are 22 beers here and I'm gonna be trying one and Andrew's gonna try another one. We finished this really delicious Kelch. What makes a Japanese craft beer a Japanese craft beer?
I don't know.
Is there any criteria that says that this is it the ingredient? Is it the name? Is it I'm trying to think outside the box here. Maybe if it has matcha in it, it makes it Japanese. I know the answer to that, but what would you say is it?
Well, Japanese, there's a couple things I would say that make it Japanese.
What's that?
The Japanese style would be more subdued.
Okay.
So you know how wafu and waji is kind of not so strong. American food is like a punch, right?
Yeah.
You get a huge blast of flavor of one thing or a couple of things, and then the rest of it just kind of drowns out, right?
Right.
The Japanese really pride themselves, and when I talk to the different brewers around Japan, basically they all say they try to merge the flavors a little bit more so that it's a little bit more nuanced.
Okay.
So when you look at Japanese food, it's not such a strong flavor like sushi.
Right.
It's just the natural flavor of what it is, as best as possible. And the other thing that makes the Japanese craft beer Japanese is the ingredients. So I was talking to a brewer down in Shikoku, Mirok Beer, and he was saying, oh yeah, he's using all the great local fruits. So the Shikoku's the Seto Inland Sea area, famous for mikan,
Right.
Yuzu, lemon even.
Yeah, citrus
So
fruits.
all those different Japanese only citrus fruits they use over there, and they put it into the beers for their fruited beers. And then you have other things, for example, it's kind of mixed with Chinese because Sancho is also a Chinese peppercorn
Right.
as well, so that's being used in some things. And maybe the one thing that's really unique is sake yeast.
Sake yeast in beer.
Yeah. You can instead of fermenting with traditional beer yeast,
Yeah.
you can ferment with a daiginjo yeast, and it works sometimes.
I guess it's always a little bit of experimentation, like a
Yeah.
mad scientist back there trying to find the right. I've seen one of the breweries, one of them uses a bonito fish flakes, katsuobushi, and it gives it kind of a more sophisticated, complex, love it or hate it kind of a flavor. And I think the label even says, you may not like this, but this is Japan or something, but this is the way we like it. So I think the tastes are more for Japanese tastes.
Well, you never know if it's good until you try it.
That's true. You never know if it's good until you brew it too. See what comes out, 'cause
Yeah.
you just don't know. I like the name of this one. See, I noticed that a lot of Japanese beers, do they have the crazy names like
No.
Smell My Finger, or I mean I've don't even try. I mean I've seen some pretty weird names in the United States. So the weirder the name, the more I want to try it. Like, what? Does it really smell like your finger? So I'll try it, and it doesn't. But I really like that name, and it sticks in my mind. Like they have one here, Hayes is Dead. There's a couple of other really cool names here, but I don't think all the Japanese brewers have really crazy names like we do in the U.S.
Not yet.
Not yet. So how far behind is Japanese craft beer to, let's say, the United States?
Compared to the States, I've heard it's around 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years behind.
Yes.
Okay.
They're very enthusiastic. but not necessarily a bad thing. They just had the ACBE last month, the American Craft Beer Experience. It's an annual craft beer festival for American importers and American beers only. And a lot of the brewers come to Japan. So it's a great time. If you go to a festival, it's one of the best festivals in Tokyo. And so what they do is, I was talking to the brewers, and they always say it's about 5 to 10 years behind, roughly. And
Behind in what? Like in
everything.
everything,
Like-
the technology, the ingredients, the
Like
hops.
a wave, or not just, well, the technology and the ingredients are pretty much the same.
Okay.
There will be some problems, for example, getting fresh hops or fresh malt.
Right.
Like, you need to keep and store it properly. So sometimes there's a little bit of trouble with that. But when it comes to, lost my train of thought.
Well, let me ask you this then. I mean, so when you have an idea, like I was saying back in when you were making the beer in the laboratory, like, can anybody start a craft beer in Japan? Do you need a license? What is the process like, and where do you get your ingredients? I mean, hops don't just grow on trees.
They grow on vines.
That's true. Yeah, hops don't just grow on hops grow on vines. But how do you get started into the craft beer business here in Japan?
The way you get into the craft beer business back in the States would be homebrewing. But in Japan, homebrewing is technically illegal.
Okay.
So there is a homebrewing association, people homebrew, but they're not really supposed to promote that they're doing it because it's, by technicality, it is illegal. Anything over something like 1% alcohol is illegal.
Wow.
And it's mostly because taxes and whatnot.
Wow. So if it's under 1%, it's legal.
Technically,
to
yes.
make.
But
Because when I was in Mongolia, we had fermented horse milk, and it was just under 1% alcohol. You had to drink a lot of it to get toasted. And those Mongolians loved the fermented horse milk. I had it once when I was in UB and Ulaanbaatar, and it really did not agree with me for like 2 weeks. It was really bad. But let us go back to the beer.
So if you want to get started, so you can buy malt, hops, and everything else that you need.
Yeah.
That's not a big problem. Getting it fresh is not a big problem anymore.
Are these local hops grown here in Japan, or are they...
No.
No.
Japan is not a great place for growing hops, to be very honest. The climate is a little bit too humid. In Hokkaido, you can do a little bit, but I would say generally you're going to get most of them from either the States. France has some good hop farms. Germany, of course. New Zealand's up and coming for a lot of hops. And
Right.
I'm not sure about Australia. Maybe they have got some good hops too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So does that not add to the price of production? Like if you're importing the hops and other ingredients, it must be more expensive here in Japan.
Relatively. But
Yeah.
it's not going to be such a huge cost if you import. Like, I don't know if the breweries import it themselves, but there are different importing companies that import a huge amount of hops and malt.
Right.
So it's not such a huge problem.
Okay.
Overall.
Okay.
And technology, you can easily buy systems from the States. Even in America, you guys pick up systems from China. And China's just across the pond.
Yeah. So all the equipment here was imported,
Yes.
most likely,
Yes.
right? Because Japan actually does make some really good equipment.
Yes.
But these look very specialized.
These are imported from Portland.
From Portland.
Oregon.
Wow. Which is like the craft beer capital of the world.
Yeah.
That's what Peter told me. He's
One
from
of.
Portland. Yeah, Peter's from Portland, so he knows.
Craft beer capital of the world, there's actually maybe 4?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah. Peter always says, "If you prick me, do I not bleed?" Beer. He says, "Yeah, he's from Oregon."
Let's try.
Yeah, you prick him. Don't prick me. I'll just take the beer. We're well short of 250 likes. We're still thinking about what to order. We have Tencho here is just waiting for us to pour. So you guys have to give us a like here. We can get there. So we're about 50.
At least
50
to 200.
50. No,
Then we
don't.
can-
No, we set the
No,
bar high. We
250.
can get there. We can get to 250.
200 and we grab a beer now. Because we just hit 200.
You want to compromise with people? All right. Or we just got the 211. See, you don't compromise. They will come through. The community always comes through. They have matcha IPA. It's a Japan Pale Ale, Japanese Pale Ale. It's a JPA.
Yeah.
What's a JPA? Japan Pale Ale?
I'd have to check with them, but honestly, it's just a Japanese style pale ale. I'm not sure. It's not a.
JPAY.
はグリーンティーを入れてます。
グリーンティー入れたら JPA になる。
そうです。
それだけ.
あ
Just because they add green tea.
ー
Otherwise, it's a pale ale with green tea in it.
そう鰹節はなんか他の材料
カツオ節は使って
使ってないよね。まだ使ってないよね。
まだ使ってない。
That's a mad sign. Katsuobushi is like a bonita fish flakes.
Actually, it
It
might-
gives you some dimension.
It might be okay for a stout.
Stout. Yeah, you can get a JPA. It does say JPA. That's so cool. I like that because being Indian, I'm proud of my Indian heritage and having IPA everywhere. There's a matcha JPA. That's awesome. Bet you guys didn't. All you craft beer drinkers are like, JPA? What's that? That's this. And it's got an IBU of 39.5. In Japan, we get into decimals. Do they do that in the US? They get decimals?
I think so.
Oh, sorry. I just thought we were in a higher level. That's a pretty high IBU. What does IBU stand for?
International Bittering Unit.
Bittering unit. Okay,
It's
so that's
basically a bitterness scale.
just so the higher the IBU, the higher the bitterness, the nigai.
Relatively speaking,
Okay.
yes. But again, if you go into a darker beer, because you have more malt, the bitterness needs to be higher to taste the bitterness.
We are 15 likes away from getting a beer. So all of you that are just dude, we lost a like. Look, if you try to like and unlike, and then you're gonna if you try to like it twice, you unlike it. Or we're like 10 likes away from a beer. All right, we got 2 burgers coming. I ordered the Haggis burger out of respect for Scotland, which is in Europe, which is where I just came from. Not on that side. And you ordered the spicy sweet chili burger, and I can smell it. It's coming here on the way. But we just got the 250. So what beer would you like, Andrew? What beer would you like? And I'm looking at the chat right now. Shortcut C and Hikaru Katayama. I'm lunch is on you guys, so much appreciated. I'm looking at the live chat. What beer do you think we should get here?
For the haggis. Haggis.
We have here local pale ale. We have a matcha JPA Natsu no Yoru, which is a summer saisen. Saison. Back to basics, which is the Kolsch. That's the one we had.
Yeah,
right?
that one you Kelsch will go with
Junior's
anything.
cream ale.
Yeah.
Peter says something dark. Do you have something dark? That you,
Blastadu,
Are
dry
you-
stout.
are you looking? Is that interesting?
It's pretty good.
Do you want that one?
I don't want that one.
You don't want that one? sorry, but
I've already decided.
okay. What are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get the local pale ale,
Oh, the local pale ale.
probably the Chinook.
Okay. I'm probably gonna get the matcha JPA because we were talking about it and everyone's saying get the matcha. Now everyone's saying get the
Now
stout.
everyone's saying get the stout.
I gotta get the JPA because we were talking about it. Does it come out green? Midori desu ka?
No.
Naniro desu
あ、
か?
普通にゴールデンか。
Wow. So it's matcha. Matcha 入ったけど
Not green.
not green. That's totally what I didn't think it would not be. All right.
You need to add a lot of matcha to make it.
You gotta be or food coloring. We don't do that here. All right. Can I get a matcha? Are you gonna get a full pint, Andrew, or a half pint?
I'm gonna get a full pint.
Oh my gosh, really? You're hardcore. I'm just gonna get a half pint. I'm driving. No, I'm not. I'm driving, so I gotta. All right. じゃあ matcha JPA お願いします. Half pint. Half pint. I'm driving, not driving. That's the excuse I say when I tell salarymen that force me to drink. I tell them I'm driving and they understand, but I'm not really driving anyway because I live in Tokyo. Wow, that's the matcha. That's the matcha JPA. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. John French goes, do they have a sampler?
Yes.
We should have got it. It's all right. We're going to be here for a while. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, wonderful. Arigato. Respect the beer. Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. And Andrew, you purchased a
Hachiban.
おっしゃ。
Hachiban. This,
313 local pale ale, Chinook style.
yeah.
Full.
They even got a pinball machine in here. How cool is that? Wow. All right, here we go. Number 8, the pour's right here. Oh, this is so exciting. I get excited when the beer gets poured like this. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Is it creepy when I whisper like this?
That looks so beautiful.
It's a little crisp, a little creepy when I whisper. I just feel like I should give beer the respect and let it. I don't want to pollute it with words. Okay. Oh, it's nice. That's a nice color. I like that. So Durway writes in, why isn't the matcha, why isn't the JPA green, Andrew? And Andrew said that you have to put a lot of matcha to get it to turn green. And if you do it, that'll overpower the flavors. So it turns out to be, why is yours is bigger because I ordered a half pint because I'm I'm driving.
Driving.
So this is a half pint of matcha JPA, and at first I think you get it and you're like, what? It's not an Irish green. What? What's going on here? There's a little bit of a green tinge, but it's not really. I'm getting lightweight. People are calling me lightweight wuss. Come on.
He's not a professional drinker.
No, I'm not. But I had a lot of Glühwein. You were not with me the last week.
Yeah, I was here working, drinking about
Yeah.
at least 5 a day.
There's a lot of compliments saying that this beer has very little head. So it's not 2 fingers. It's like just a little bit. I like that. That's like an English pour. That means you're getting more beer. So that's kind of a big deal to some of the people here. Let's
Yeah.
try it. Let's try it and
Already
get. Oh, you already get. Okay, well, you
I'm
can
fine.
explain the flavor. First, tell people what it is again. This is a local.
This is the local pale ale, Chinook style. So, unless I'm mistaken, they're using only Chinook hops, which is a great bittering hop, and you can see the beautiful,
Yeah, that does
beautiful
look nice.
orange. Well, let me get my head out of the way. Orange color, which is actually a really great pale ale color.
Yeah, that does look really pretty. And this is the matcha the matcha JPA, right here again, from Tokyo Aleworks. And we're gonna try that right now. It has an IBU of 39.8.
Yeah.
I really?
39.5.
39.5. I was like, what? I got it right. All right, let's try it right here. Matcha JPA.
5.8% alcohol.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. It's got a very good bitterness to it, but not the same kind of bitterness as a normal IPA. That's good because I can sometimes get a little bit too tired of the hoppiness of it because it sometimes tastes too similar, but this one has some other little dimension to it that hits another part of my tongue in the back. That's the matcha. It's got something to it. I'm gonna need to drink a lot more to pin that down. What is that extra dimension?
Imagination.
It's imagination could be it. It is hitting the top of the roof of my mouth in a different way, I guess, as maybe matcha would. How much matcha do they use? Do you know? I mean, not a lot,
No.
right? Just enough to put the word matcha in the name.
Well, you can put like just a little pinch, and it's
Like
technically a matcha.
that's what witches do to make potions. They just put a little bit of Smurf in there. It's Gargamel or something.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. It's okay. Wait. Oh, oishiso. Haggis burger. Yes. What? What? Look at this. Ah. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Andrew, yours is a tower, man. Can you eat that by yourself?
I'll try.
Whoa. That looks so good. Once again, I'm like whispering in a creepy way. That's not good. Look at the haggis on top of the burger. Where do you get haggis in Tokyo?
I have no idea.
Whoa. I haven't seen haggis since I was in Scotland 20 years ago. I liked it then, I think. It's beautiful. So that's what it looks like here. This is a haggis burger here at Tokyo Aleworks. It's haggis with potato and cheese on a burger. It's a beautiful looking burger, and the bun looks good too. And some of the leftover from the beer tanks go into the buns.
Yep.
That's cool.
You'll need this.
Will I now?
Yeah, this thing is gonna fall apart on you.
スプレーお願いします
Spray?
はい
Mm.
Oh.
はいです
You want the spray?
本当?
That's Ardbeg whiskey
です
Spray はどこにスプレーする?
on the haggis.
あ、そうですか? So we're gonna put this spray on here. This is a Ardbeg Crazy Hot on the haggis. 何回スプレーする? 3回? Okay.
3 times.
Whoa. I've never seen that before. Here. You want this?
Cola?
No, you don't spray it. What do you spray it with? Nothing.
Love.
Love, dude. That's creepy. I don't know. I don't buy it. Oh man, I thought my whispering
Haven't
in
you
the
done-
camera was creepy, but
You've been to maid cafes before?
I don't know. But you're not this. You're not the special kind of maid that I was looking for. These aren't the maids you're looking for.
I'm not a maid for
No,
one,
it's-
but no.
If I do it, people that start to, I get demonetized in here.
Maybe.
But all right, I'm kind of excited about this. I've never had a haggis burger, and I've only had a matcha JPA once, but I couldn't remember it. So this is a nice refresher, but this is refreshing. So I really like it. And let me try yours here. I've known him for 14 years. We've never swapped beers before though, but.
This one's a little maltier, I would say. Got a nice sweetness to it.
Yeah, the matcha's a lot hoppier,
Mm-hmm.
which makes me happier. But
Higher IBUs.
but there is just that one little thing in there that sort of hits me on a different side of the tongue, and that might be the matcha. I'm not really sure. All right, let's try this amazing burger here. This is a hot haggis burger, and you have here the sweet chili burger.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
could have gone wrong. Wow, there's some volume in this. How do you even start this? How do you?
well, there's a reason why I grabbed this instead.
This is massive.
Because it's gonna come falling out.
Oh, fries are good. All right, always start with your shibori. Your shibori. Wash your hands. We're gonna need that later.
To wipe our mouths.
Yeah. Now, how
It
do you
was gonna
put
be
this?
messy.
How do you put this in? It's like
Just-
you throw it in there.
Yeah.
How come
Pick
you
it
got
up.
a knife and you got a little katana on there? I didn't get a katana.
Because mine's taller.
Whoa, this is awesome. Look at that. Could you eat this? Could you? No, you can't. You could not handle the haggis burger.
You can't handle the haggis.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know if I can. This was more than I bargained for. I did not, when I was coming here, know that they were gonna have haggis burgers. I had no idea.
So you
Alright,
like
guys.
Germany and
Itadakimasu.
Cheers. You first.
I don't.
How's it?
That's really good. So soft, the haggis with the potatoes on there. Oh, it's so good.
This happens every time. Start eating and no one talks. This is too good.
I always talk with my mouth full.
No manners?
No manners. This is so good. You have no idea. Wash it down with a matcha JPA.
Or a pale ale.
Pale ale. I do like yours. Yours is very. I would start with this, and I would have this, and then I would end with something else. So I'd probably end up drinking 3.
Mm-hmm.
How long has the Tokyo Aleworks been in business?
Year and a half?
Wow. So it's relatively new venture.
Year and a half, 2 years. And then they got their new big system in this year.
Okay.
And they're just growing and growing and growing.
Is this a chain?
It will be.
Oh wow. So that's pretty exciting.
But they'll only be brewing here. As far as I know. I can't speak for the company completely.
Yeah. What's your favorite craft beer here? I'm asking him the questions so then I can eat while he answers.
In Tokyo Aleworks?
It doesn't matter. Just answer anything. I'm
In here?
eating.
307 IPA. That's their standard.
I'll show you the menu at the end too. The 307 IPA. Okay.
They have different versions with different hops in it, but
That's interesting. So then you add like one little ingredient. You have a really good popular IPA, and then you'll just kind of give some
yeah,
alternative things. So you have to. That's smart. And then you want to drink more just to get a different version of one of your favorite beers.
yeah. It's like baking. You just switch one ingredient out, and you change the sausage or something.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even take a picture for Instagram. I couldn't. This is the thumbnail. I just ate the thumbnail. This is why no one watches these live streams. You gotta have a good thumbnail. Haggis burger? Come on, everyone's gonna click for that. No. It's about the experience, I think. I think when you come to an ale house or a craft beer place, you're not just going just for the craft beer, right? I think the food is a big part of it.
Some of the smaller places don't really have a lot of food,
Wow.
so you only go for the beer. But good food, good beer, good friends.
That's right. I couldn't drink to that. Your drinking age is 20 years old, okay? Just so you know.
In Japan,
That's where we are.
yes.
There, it is pretty interesting. Whenever I meet with Peter, now off camera, we always meet up at a place with craft beer. It's just where we'll meet at the Chicago pizza place, or we'll meet at that new place in Sugamo.
Sugamo?
Yeah, or near there. Up there, one of the stations up in the north
Otsuka?
of Otsuka. Yeah.
Titans?
Yes, Titans. They had some really weird like chicken wing gyoza or something.
Buffalo chicken gyoza.
They had buffalo chicken
No,
gyoza.
buffalo gyoza.
Buffalo wing gyoza. It was awesome. It's like what? They fused two amazing foods, gyoza and buffalo wings.
Deep fry the gyoza, toss it in some buffalo wing sauce.
Stop it! You're killing me.
The burger's killing you. They'll stop your heart.
Not this haggis. It's got a lot of fight in it.
But I love the patties here. It's coarse cut, coarse grind.
The bread is really good. You don't give the bread a lot of credit. But to get a perfect burger, oh, I like the pickles here. Ah, that's beautiful. Some really good fresh pickles. I think McDonald's stopped putting the pickles in their burgers, didn't they?
I thought they chop it up and mix it in the sauce.
It's awful. They used to put them in separately, and then I remember when we were kids, we would take the pickle out of the hamburgers.
Because you didn't like them.
No,
Or
because
no?
then we would flick them onto the window, and you'd watch it just streak down the window, and then we'd run away.
Your parents must have loved you.
We didn't do that.
Often.
Other kids. Bad ones. Man. I'm already thinking about the next beer. That's why I get the half pints. Because I think if you want to try a lot of different beers, you get the pints, I think. Just because,
Or you get a full flight.
okay.
But personally, I don't drink flights. Because by the time you get to the last one, it's kind of warmed up a little. And I like to drink a whole pint as it warms up slowly. You get to taste it from around the point where the brewer wants it to be.
I see.
So some real big beer geeks, they,
Are you one of them?
no,
Be honest.
I'm trying not to be.
Why? Why not just go all out geek?
Because then you get too picky.
You're not picky? I'm not picky.
So,
I think, yeah, I like the weird names. When I go back to Vermont to visit my brother, we always get like Becky's, what was it? Becky did it, or Becky smelled my finger. There's a beer called Becky Smelled My Finger, I think. It's ridiculous, but I always get it just because of the name. Taste is good, but I just because of the name. I don't know. I'm not picky. Just a name. By the way, if we do get to 300 and 75 likes, we will drink one more beer. It's up to you. And we'll introduce it to you. I'm serious. We will. This is already 50 minutes in. We'll do it, but it's up to you. 375. Hey, Sarah says you're very nice. Don't encourage him. You do have your channel, right? Talking about craft beer.
Yeah.
Why don't
Hey,
you?
Yogan.
Yeah, introduce it to the people.
You just want to eat, don't you?
Yeah, tell them about Taihei Yogan while I eat.
Taihei Yogan.
Yeah,
He's eating, so I'm gonna.
spell it. You can spell it.
Taihei Yogan. Taiheiyogan.
Can you do it like a cheerleader? T-A-I. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, it's even better. Hold on, I'm gonna zoom with my greasy fingers.
Taihei Yogan.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, got it.
Alright. So, go check it out. And Taihei Yogan, we have a bunch of interviews, event introductions, shop introductions to. Nowhere near as good as you for making videos. But, I know. Don't need to rub it in.
I didn't do that. I was just smiling at the camera.
But, yeah, we just want to introduce craft beer of Japan to everybody. And,
Look at the cheese.
yeah.
Oh, keep going. Just keep
We
talking.
have like met some great brewers from the States, from Europe, from Japan, of course. Both. Pretty much most of the videos are in English. Some of them are in Japanese, but we usually do both English and Japanese. And if we do interviews in Japanese, I also translate into English at the same time.
Wow, wonderful.
Yes,
So your Japanese has gotten pretty good.
gotten better
I know him for a long time.
when I didn't know Japanese,
Yeah,
and it's gotten better and better and better.
it's good. It's very good. You definitely check out the website. Whenever I get a question about craft beer, I go to Andrew
Yeah.
because he knows more than anybody. Because
Sorry to interrupt you. Nice and rare.
oh yeah, rare. That's
See all
where
that
it's.
nice rare meat. Some people don't like that, but
I like my haggis cooked through because it's haggis. Can you eat haggis raw like sushi?
I don't know.
No. Unless you drink a lot of beer, it kills whatever's in the haggis. Haggis is stomach, right? It's like stomach. It's very refined, cultured European cuisine.
Scottish cuisine, no?
I'm gonna go fight Longshanks now. With some haggis. I'm gonna scream running
I'll
down the
business here.
street. Ah! Freedom! I'm ready for war. Speaking of war, that pinball machine is staring at you, Andrew. You see that?
It's not the pinball machine. It's Arnold.
It's a Schwarzenegger pinball machine.
Last action hero.
We're 40 likes away from getting another brew, so it's up to you, community. Like, we drink. Simple as that.
40 more, I'll just drink this whole thing.
What? Wait, if you get to 40, he's gonna chug it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay.
You gotta give him a better incentive than just we'll get another drink.
It's true. All right, he's gonna chug it and then drink another one and then chug that. No, that's more to bargain for. Let's see if we can get to 375 before I finish this burger. And you don't got a lot of time. This haggis is going down. What? So this place is in Itabashi. Itabashi, which is just north of Ikebukuro. Why here and not Shibuya, for example? Why
Well-
not put it where in a center?
Shibuya would be really, 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 really expensive, for one. The owner of the brewery is actually the owner of the beer building. So he actually, the original concept of this whole area is called Cask Village. So everything has a bit of a cask relation.
This
So,
area here.
no, this building.
Okay,
So next door is a whiskey shop.
interesting.
And then just next to that is a wine restaurant. So the one next door, they have a, I don't know if the right word is whiskey master, but he knows his whiskeys really well. Good seller of whiskeys. And then over here, they said, okay, well, the other kind of barrel would be beer. because you age beer in barrels.
Yeah.
So we got wine, whiskey, and beer.
Interesting. This whole complex.
Yes. And then they also import whiskey. If Bob was here, who is the other guy, he would be talking about it.
Very cool.
Which is why they have the whiskey spray for your haggis.
What? Oh, that really did not. I can't really taste it though. But I guess I should have bit it before I sprayed it because I can't. I have no reference point.
It's more for the smell.
Really?
They do it for
I
their
didn't
buffalo
smell
wings,
either. I was chewing. Oh, I can smell it now.
Because they use that spray for their buffalo wings too.
What? They have buffalo wings?
At night.
Oh, at night.
We'll ask for the menu after.
Menu. My diet starts tomorrow. All that European sausage and potatoes now, burgers. Sorry, Kanai. My diet starts tomorrow. Oh man. We're still 40 likes away from him chugging. But we would probably get one more, just to compare.
And you have to like soon or else it's less and less. How about them? Do they have any questions? I have seen founders in Tokyo. I know the importer. Bells, no. And that's for you. Ingredients. Do they have beer cheese? Not that I've seen.
That'd be cool.
Unique ingredients. The most unique would be the sancho, which is a Japanese or Chinese peppercorn, which I actually like. Or as I said earlier, they do use sake yeast.
Sake yeast would be very interesting. I'd like to try. Did they have that here?
No.
Did they have that? No.
They do. I think they tried. No, I don't think they did. But there's another person who's doing bee yeast or wasp yeast, and that's starting to become a thing.
Wow. Ever see beer from the Toronto Bellwoods brewery in Japan? He's Canadian, so.
Not really. I actually don't know the Toronto breweries so well, but there are a lot of breweries coming. I forgot the name, but there is one coming from Toronto.
Yeah. The Hitachi no Nest is quite good. They have a place in Akihabara.
They have one in Akihabara. Actually, now two.
Two? Wow.
They literally opened up one yesterday.
Yesterday.
On the 12th.
This place
which is their new
booming. I
distillery.
told you the craft beer is booming here in Tokyo.
And one at Tokyo Station.
Have you ever been to Tokyo's Brewers Cup in Yokohama?
Yes, many times.
What's it like?
Love and hate.
Love and hate. Why hate, first of all? I can see the love.
Okay, when I go to a festival, I don't necessarily want to see pole dancing.
They have pole dancing there?
Yeah.
And you hate that? I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I'm there for beer. I'm not there to see for all those women who want to go and do pole dancing for the empowerment and to feel your own confidence. Do it. But I'm not there at a beer festival.
I understand that,
For men
okay.
to go and ogle women.
That's true. That's true.
And also for the fact that they have idol group there.
Oh, yeah.
And again, same thing. The idol group fans go there, watch it, and leave.
It doesn't really make sense at a beer. I think they're trying to make things to attract people to come.
Yes.
That are outside of the group, perhaps. Maybe it's not. I understand where they're going with it, but they don't really mix. It's like beer and wine. I drink
Well,
wine
beer and wine.
and
Actually,
beer.
there's some new beers that use wine grapes
Did not
to
know that.
mixed degrees of success.
Was not prepared for that answer, Andrew. I thought I was doing like a wine and vinegar, and you said now they go together. It's insane. You got like a salad dressing going on here. So what would be the best festival for beer where you get a chance to drink all of them? Is that the Yokohama's Cup, or is there something else out there? What's the definitive craft beer festival or place in Japan to go to that? If you're interested in craft beer, where would you go as the one place besides the ale house here, which is incredible? Aleworks. Yeah, Aleworks.
If you want to go to one festival, it happens twice a year, and they have pretty much the biggest range of Japanese beer.
Take two. So the best event to go to is the
For drinking a variety of beers, the Keyaki.
Keyaki, and the worst to go to. What? Don't even mention it.
I'm not
It's
gonna
not
say
even
that.
worth. It's not even mentioning it. Which area has the best craft beer in Japan? Which area?
Oh,
All of them. No, really. What? I mean, Tokyo can't have good water. I can't imagine.
actually, Tokyo's water is actually very soft.
Okay.
But if you're making for example, an IPA is traditionally made with hard water, with a lot of minerals in it. So it's not necessarily like, for example, when you were talking about sake,
Yeah.
each region has its own kind of nuances because the different mineral contents.
Okay. Okay.
You can't really, you can, but you also can't really change the mineral content so easily. So, for example, Tokyo's water is actually cleaner than Kanagawa's.
Interesting.
From what I've been told, Kanagawa's water is relatively harder than Tokyo's, which is still pretty soft for a major city. And yeah. So it
Just
really-
depends.
Yeah.
Just depends. As well as the recipes. There's a lot of criteria that makes a craft beer good and not good, and of course your own personal preferences. There's so many different
Yep.
kinds of beers. You might like a pale ale, but not an IPA. You might not like the hops, but you might like a little bit of sweetness or some fruity taste to it. It all goes on to your personal preferences, of course. And when it comes to the tap rooms and the places to go, as we heard from Randy, who didn't want to be on camera, but
Not a
ended up
lot.
being on camera. He had a little bit. There's not a lot of space left. The craft beer industry here in Japan is pretty saturated right now. There's so many people already making it. I don't see a company, unless they have a massive marketing budget, breaking out, or the taste is just like freaking phenomenal.
It's not that you can't break out, it's that you really need to be on top of your game. You can't just, like now, new YouTubers. You can't just go in there and just turn on a video and say, hey, look at me.
Well, that would stink anyways. You need a story,
Yes.
good audio.
And you need a good way of moving things forward.
Right.
So you can't just sit here eating a burger.
What? What? That's what we just did. What?
But yeah, there's a lot of things that need to be done to make a good brewery, nowadays especially. In terms of getting in before the boom and being kind of, just to be negative about it, to make a mediocre beer and to be successful was possible in the past. You cannot do that anymore. Even in the States, you cannot make even a mediocre beer or even a somewhat good beer, even good beer. Sometimes you fail.
Even if you call it Becky Smell My Finger,
It might work,
it might work.
but
It might work on me. That's the market that will penetrate me, that market.
that's an interesting question.
Oh, go ahead.
Spiked seltzer, I've never had any yet, because that's something that they're doing very recently in the last year or so, back in the States. So, but we have chuhais.
Chuhai, that's right, Chuhai.
Yeah, so chuhais are basically shochu or carbonated shochu with flavoring,
Right, some juice, fruit juices, various, sometimes original.
aka crack booze.
Yeah, that you can call
They're
that one.
so easy to drink.
Yeah, Linda, it's called Becky Smell My Finger. I think it's called.
There must be a beer called Pull My Finger too.
There's probably a Pull My Finger beer as well. Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't drink a lot of alcohol anymore. I used to drink more when I was in college, of course, but not a lot anymore. The older I get, the more picky I am, because I know that I don't drink a lot, and when I do drink, I want to drink something that's special,
Yeah.
or aged, or something that will give me a feeling out of it. And it's very rare, and of course with friends, but maybe once or twice a week, except when you're in Europe drinking Glühwein at Christmas markets. And today with Andrew. But
Yay!
what is the best area? If visitors are coming here to Japan, we have the Tokyo Aleworks, which is a fantastic place, especially the Haggis burger. Are there any other places you like to hang out?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that
Oh, yeah,
on camera.
to say that. Everything.
Because honestly, there's just so many places,
Yeah.
and to choose one or even 10 is kind of hard.
It would be.
And when I'm trying to promote everybody, or
Right.
to say, like, just because I don't like a shop doesn't mean you won't like it.
Right.
It may be a different atmosphere, different kind of personality, different style, and everybody has their own different opinions.
I got a lot of opinions. A lot of them are on these 22 beers in front of us. Yeah, so we didn't quite get to the 375 like threshold.
We're
We
only
did come
9
pretty
away.
close. Yeah, we're only 9 away. Is there anything that you want to add before we wrap this up, Andrew, about the boom is pretty much, we've pretty much peaked.
It will get bigger again,
Okay.
but right now it's slowing down. I
Double
feel.
boom.
Well, it goes like this, right?
Okay.
Like when you're
Peaks and
you
valleys.
go up and then you kind of level off, maybe go down a little, and then you go back up again, and you're even bigger.
Wow. So this is a boom, but it's not da boom.
Well, like any economy, it always goes up, right?
Right.
Well, hopefully.
But there's always a big boom.
There's might be a
bubble.
dip, and then it goes back up.
So this isn't a bubble.
Oh, we hit 375.
Oh gosh, you guys you had to do that? Really? Really? All right. You gonna have one more?
If you are, I'll join you.
I might, but I wanted to get one for the thumbnail though. I was gonna get the pour for the thumbnail. I don't know. All right, we'll get one. We'll get one. Okay.
We'll share
get
one.
Share one. Half pint.
You want a half pint? Sure.
I'm driving. I just started the day. It's like It's like lunchtime. Nobody drinks at lunchtime unless they're unless you're him, or you're.
When you have a craft beer website, you have to drink pretty much.
My friend
all the time.
Dominique, he would have one at lunchtime too.
I don't have any beers before teaching.
Okay, good. I don't teach. I make videos about drinking beer today. All right. So which one are you gonna try? Let's get a quick look at the menu, and we're gonna examine this time together with you. And you guys can make it if you guys like.
You guys decide.
Like it. You guys can decide. We have a junior cream ale, back to the basics.
Kelsch, which
yeah.
we had earlier. Natsun wa.
We've already had the Matcha JPA, back to the basics here. 313 local pale ale,
I had
copper,
the Chinook version of that.
Centennial, Chinook, Cascade, Willamette. What is that?
They're all hops.
They're all names of the hops.
Yep.
Local pale ale, Crystal, English PA, local pale ale.
Sorachies, which is a Japanese
Sorachies, a Japanese hop. Ooh, I like
Japanese hop, but it's usually grown in the
hoppity
States
hop.
now.
Haze is Dead, Junkin Master, which is Rex's paper. So
Yep.
it's a triple IPA. Whoa, I like the
that's
name of
gonna
that.
kill us.
Back to the basics, Irish Red. Oh, we're getting already menu 9, number 12. Oh, look at that. Everyone's got.
Flag and fillet, that's pretty good. Blasta Do is good. Groove in the tart, apricot, and 307 IPA.
Yeah,
and
and
the
then we
guest
have-
beers, which we're not going to have.
We're not going to have those. Yeah. Junkin Master. Oh, gosh, you guys are awful. So I'm giving you now, we got 5 seconds here. It's up to you. You guys tell us. Number 17, writes in Chris Dickerson. Groove is in the tart. Number
Keep looking.
17,
Junkin,
Junkin Master. Any hazy?
JPA. That's 2 for
Junkin
Junkin
Master.
Master, with 2 for stout, 3 for stout, 4 for stout, 5 for stout.
Okay, we better go the stout. All right, let's get a small stout.
Let's get a stout then.
All right,
I think that's
yeah.
been decided for
The
us.
Junkin Master looks good, but we'll get a half stout. Okay.
It's almost half and half for that now.
All right, half stout.
Why don't we get the Junkin Master for the photo?
All right, the thumbnail will be the Junkin Master. And maybe it'll be an Instagram special live stream for that,
Oh, we
right?
gotta wait for a second because
Oh, right.
he's doing something right now.
Okay.
Ninja's busy.
Oh, that's true.
Go check out the pinball machine.
All right, I'm gonna check out the pinball machine. We're in the background now. Oh, it's like a trigger. Dun 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 dun. Look at that. Whoosh, that's Schwarzenegger. Is this
told you, it's Schwarzenegger.
the last action hero? This is like the worst movie, but the best pinball machine, right? Look how
Yes.
young he looks. The Governator. Whoa. That's pretty badass. Look at that. That's awesome. Did you ever play it before?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's old, so they had to fix it like a couple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Be careful if you play it. Don't be.
Oh, real? Oh, okay. That kind of a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Look, don't touch.
Oh no, you can play it.
Look, don't pound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, play it, but don't be aggressive.
I'm very aggressive. I don't like to lose. I like to win. So I tilt the machines too. So
Yeah, that's.
I would not do that. You're not allowed to do that.
Be gentle.
It's tilted. I was born in the 70s. We tilted. Okay, let's. Last one. Half. This is a stout.
Yes.
Let's get it close.
A dry stout.
A dry stout? What does that mean? They just put powder in the glass?
No. It's just a little bit drier, a little bit more like a. I can't say that.
That is dark. That's like midnight. Look at that. That's an English head. Ooh. 2 points for that. That's like a pint because there's no head. Half pint becomes a pint.
Full half pint.
Full half pint. Is that what you call it? Sounds like a diving. I'm now about to perform a full half pint. Level of difficulty, 8.5. So I'm getting ready for the Olympics. The diving contests are quite big. Oh my word. There is literally no head on that. It's perfectly poured. The Tensho does a very good job with this. Look at that. That's a good pour. 2 points for that. If this is a country that tipped, I would tip. Not the glass. The man.
You'll tip the glass into your mouth.
Yeah. That's one way to put it. All right, let's try this here. Big thank you to the community. David Kimura. I will pick something up for Kanai. And TDSTR. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. All right, let's try this here. This is what's this one called?
Lastadu.
Lastadu.
It's a dry stout. 4% alcohol, 31 IBU.
Wow. Sophisticated taste.
Does look like coffee.
It does taste a little bit like coffee. Even though it's a dry stout, it tastes wet. It's wet. It's slightly bitter, but not overly. It's not overpowering. That's what I like about it. It's not overpowering. I don't get any fruit overtones.
There shouldn't be any.
Good, because it's black. They're all dead.
Stout.
Oh. Don't drink a lot of stout. It's hard for me I can't fake this because there's beer drinkers that are like looking at me and going, "You're a liar. You don't know what you're talking about." French roast coffee. I get some overtones of French roast coffee.
You can describe anything the way you want it.
Really? I don't taste any. I taste lots of cinnamon in it. No,
I don't taste any cinnamon. You can describe any way you want as long as it's true.
All right, I'll put it this way. I've had a fair share of stouts. This one is not overpowering like some of the stouts, and it's got a very pleasant aftertaste. Like you don't have bad breath, like stout breath. I've seen that. Like you remember the teacher in 3rd grade who had coffee breath and would breathe all over you, like it stinks, like coffee and egg from egg croissant breakfast. It's awful. That's the teacher I had. You don't get that with the stout.
In Japan, it's more egg and natto.
Egg and natto. Yeah, you don't want that either. No.
Coffee and natto.
Coffee and natto.
and
That's
cigarette.
bad enough. Oh God. Some of the teachers when I was in school used to smoke too. 70s and 80s was a tough time.
I think someone was asking if it's how to compare it to Guinness.
That's a fair comparison. Let me see. I don't know what that move means, but
Well, if I compare this to Guinness, this is a lot easier to drink.
Guinness
I
is
can drink a lot more.
creamier.
It's very creamy.
Guinness is creamier. This is
Much heavier too.
this is drier because it's a dry one.
Yeah.
So that'd be fair to say. Because if you write dry in the name and you compare it and you say it's drier than Guinness, you would not be wrong because it's a dry stout.
It's got a dry finish.
Dry finish.
It
like
goes down wet.
Goes down wet, and then it tastes like you've toweled it off. Toweled off everything. It's good. It's pleasant. It's a lot lighter of a stout, I think, but it has a robust taste that's not overpowering. Meaning it hits you and then it just dissipates. That smoothness to it really is pleasant. I've had some stouts that are just
That's the
too
dry.
overpowering. That's the dry part of it.
Yeah.
The Guinness one is a little bit creamier and heavier than this, I believe. again with the creamy head with the Guinness. You can see that as it drops down there.
Also
So-
note that Guinness is a nitro.
Nitro. What does that mean? Like a nitro boost from the car racing
I
game?
think they use nitrogen as a carbonation tool.
Interesting.
This one is just a regular CO2 carbonation.
Okay.
So nitro gives it that creamy texture.
CO2, carbon dioxide.
Yes. But a nitro makes it a little creamier and helps it become more fuller in body.
It's good.
Whereas a carbonation just punches you.
Been punched before. Good. So this is a fantastic beer. We do need an only in Japan IPA brand.
You can do it here.
I could do it here. Well, what would I add in that?
It's not much, actually.
Well, I mean, what would be the taste of only in Japan? I guess we'd have some raspberry overtures for the red logo.
We could put your hand in there.
Put some DNA, some John DNA in there.
Oh no.
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 Well, that's what the witches. Did you ever see Gargamel? He put like a pinch of the witch's hair, like a splatter of John's spit. You know, like little teeny things in there, and then one Smurf.
No.
No,
No.
no.
No, I'm not drinking
See,
that.
I wouldn't be good at this business. That's why I'm sticking to. Stick to the show. Natto taste beer would not be good. Other than they have gyoza beer in Utsunomiya because they're famous for gyoza.
Raspberry kettle sour would be nice, but I don't think they'll do that.
No, I won't do that. I will do something very original
Especially if
that
it's
nobody's
called
ever done
IPA.
before that'll make you sick in a good way, make you feel better about yourself and the people around you. Our community is very much like that. Guys, thank you so much. I want you to leave. Definitely hit the likes if you do like these craft beer runs because Andrew knows a lot more. His knowledge is power. Power is Andrew, and Andrew's website is
Taihei Yogan.
Taihei Yogan. I'll put a link in the description for that. So many thanks to Andrew and to Tokyo Aleworks for allowing us to film again in the back there.
Yes.
And for the copious amount of beers. If you do have any questions, you can write them down in the description below. This is what you subscribe for. We give you insight access to unique places and stories and things like this. I'm really interested in how this place got started. So maybe we'll be back. How this place got started, why they how they picked the name Aleworks and things like this. There's lots of different questions that I have, but these are things that you can ask if you do come here.
Oh, you see that logo?
Oh, the logo is the city.
Yeah, it's Tokyo City.
Oh, look at that. Boom. Logo is the city.
So you can
with
see
an
Tokyo
airplane.
Skytree, Tokyo
There's
Tower,
Big Sight, Skytree, the
Tokyo
government metropolitan building.
buildings.
There's a
You've got
toy there.
Odaiba.
Yeah, and there's a hop.
Yep.
Communal brewing. I like the name of that.
Yep.
It's community. Community. Yeah. So thanks guys for watching. Do subscribe. Check out his website. You get a lot of insight
Please.
into the Japan craft beer industry here. He's the guy I turn to. It's a blog.
Oh no, Taihei Yogan is the craft beer website. I also have a blog.
He's got a
Hina
blog.
Maple.
Hina
You
Maple.
remember that?
Right. Maple because you're Canadian.
Yes.
He's a very polite man.
HINO Maple.
He's always nice to me. No matter how bad I treat Andrew, he's always smiling and nice.
I treat you just as badly.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's a
That's
mutual,
what.
mutual
That's how you
respect.
know you're good friends.
Ah, that's right. You have to be here to get it. You have to be here to get it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good night wherever you're in the world. Make sure.
Trust all the Canadians.
Hey, Trudeau. I don't know.
No,
22 to
not
pick 22 to pick 2. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Another live stream. Bye bye. Kanpai. Cheers.
Kanpai.